Hi, I'm Judge Mary Jane Trapp from the 11th District Court of Appeals. I serve the folks in Ashtabula, Lake, Geauga, Portage, and Trumbull County. I'm very happy to open up my kitchen here in Geauga County to be a part of President John Russo's Fit to Practice series. And I want to introduce my assistant today, my lovely assistant, Jennifer.
Hello, I'm Jennifer Puhalsky. I am a wellness coach and owner of GenWell. I forgot to say that before. I have wellness coached for 12 years and I've served Pennsylvania and Ohio for the past 12 years. Got my last degree out of Harvard Medical. Have been able to work with thousands of people over the past decade, helping them get healthier. Fit and strong too, right?
And I'm one of your
You
clients.
are one of them.
You build muscle and make sure I keep the muscle,
That's
right?
right, that's right.
So the last dish in this series that we're going to make is going to be the big reveal, because before I became a judge, I did a lot of mediation work, and I believe in food bringing people together to solve problems. Somehow I learned how to do this actually when I was practicing, not in the mediation area. I did a lot of high stakes, complex litigation and wrongful death cases. But I used to say sometimes the easiest part of it was settling with the defendant and the insurance company. The hardest part was getting the family together and trying to figure out who's going to get the money, because of course, you know, someone comes in and say, Grandma loved me best and I want all the money. And the feuds that they were having, and you know this being in psychology, the feuds that you have when you're kids, you also have when you're an adult. So we would make the settlement, but what I would do is I would invite the entire family to our office. It overlooked the lake, and we'd bring everybody in and I would feed them. I would make a lunch for them. We wouldn't talk about the case, we'd talk about anything but not about the case at all. And then about 40 or so minutes into it, then I would start handing out the settlement papers. It was amazing. They were talking to each other for the first time. Some of these people they were so bitter. And that's where I learned about food. So when I was doing mediation, I always brought food to the mediation. So this is the big reveal. So many people miss my Magic Mediation Bread because I'm on the bench. I don't mediate cases anymore. It's just a great, great recipe. So you're going to start with, it's 1 3/4 cups of unbleached all-purpose flour. I use self-rising flour. If you're going to use the regular flour, it's 1 3/4 cups. Then 3/4 cup of sugar. Now, if you're using regular flour, you're going to need to use 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
I just use self-rising, but yes.
Self-rising. So first of all, whisk this around to get out the little bumps and clumps and all of that. Then you want to make the wet ingredients. So we have 1 cup of milk, and trust me, I have tried this with almond milk. I make my own hemp milk, but you want a little fat, so I'm using 2% milk.
My baking doesn't work well with almond milk either.
No, it's because there's not enough, the fat content's not there. Then 1 egg. So beat that around. Then the original recipe, and we'll talk about the swaps, but canola oil, 1/4 cup of canola oil. Again, you have to have fat in baking because everything will dry out. That's why French pastries are so good, because guess what? They have lots of butter.
They sure do.
And then lemon zest, and this is 2 teaspoons of lemon zest. 1 tablespoon of the lemon juice. Zhuzh that around, make sure everything's mixed. Then make a little well in your mixture. So we'll put that in there. And fold that in. The batter is going to be lumpy, so don't worry about it. Don't overwork the flour, because that's not a good thing. Just make sure the flour's all mixed in. Then, like I said, it's going to be lumpy, but that's okay. Then dump your chopped pistachios. Just fold those in. Now, let me tell you the swaps. If you have a sugar issue, you can use monk fruit. For 1 cup of sugar, it's 1 cup of the monk fruit sweetener. That's fine. The other swap is instead of canola oil, you can use avocado oil. Instead of the canola oil cooking spray, you can use the avocado spray.
The healthiest swap would be the monk fruit. And that's all I do when I swap.
If you don't eat a whole lot of...
Moderation.
If you don't eat a whole lot of sugared products, but you want to cut the sugar...
It's the only swap that I'm willing to do with baking.
Get the air bubbles out, and you will put it into a 350-degree oven for... I start at about 45 minutes. Everybody's oven's different. You might have to turn it a bit. You know, use a cake tester. It's the old cake tester when it comes out clean. So you put that in, and it will come out looking like this one. Now, to get the nice glaze, you're going to take 1 tablespoon of sugar or the monk fruit. My cute little black cat. My friend gave that to me. And then you take 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I know that's 2. And take your little whisk and whisk that around till it's all dissolved. And then when that loaf comes out, just put it on a cooling rack, and while it's still in the pan, you just brush all of that and let it seep into the bread. I say don't eat it right away. What I do is once it's cool, I wrap it up in saran and serve it the next day.
Perfect.
And you're done. So that's Magic Mediation Bread.